Good morning. It's Tony Dottino, founder of the USA Memory Championship, doing my Friday Live with Tony. And as I did my session on Wednesday, I was referring to an article in the Mind, Mood, and Memory Journal put out by Massachusetts General Hospital, January of 2026. And I found an article in it, very interesting, talking about positivity and optimism help to protect your memory and thinking skills. So there was so much in this, I decided to take it into two parts. So on Monday, I took the first part of this, which was that it's understood that to support better cognition, research shows that a smile, some enthusiasm, and a positive outlook, they preserve your memory, improve problem solving, boost your creativity, and add a whole lot more to your cognitive functions. And there was a second page of this that I deferred to do today. But before I move on, I left you with a gig. I said, garbage in, garbage will grow to a brain. That's the synergy of the infinite thinking of our human thinking, which is if you are inputting bad things or garbage, things that make you feel bad or tell you feel down and low and may get you a bit depressed or wondering, God, why did I get up this morning? We wanted to shift that thinking to good in and good will grow. And that means what are some of the things that are going on in your life that would be make you smile or make you feel a little bit better and make you say, God, I'm glad I'm here today. I'm glad I was a part of this. And I left you with the riddle that basically said, and what else can we do with that first position, G? And as I've shared this with people I've taught over the years, someone came up to me one day and said, let me tell you what I did with the first position G. And I said, okay, tell me what you did. And she said, why do I need to settle for good? Why can't I take that first position G and make it great? Why can't I do great things in my life? Why can't I do things I never thought were possible? Based on what you taught us, we have this infinite capacity of thinking, this infinite capacity to think. Why can't I use that to create greatness and great things in my life? And so she said, I've changed the first position G from good in to greatness in, and greatness will grow. And I'm living a dream, and I live a dream in my life today. I'm doing things I never thought I was possible. And it was all from the teaching that you shared with us about the potential of the human mind and how we can change its direction and focus. And now, rather than think about the things that are not working, what I don't like about my job and or my boss, I'm thinking about the things that are good about it. What can I learn from my boss? What is the value of my job? And I actually shared some of this with family, and we're having just a great time with this sharing good things that we're all a part of that are turning into great things that we're all a part of. And so I then began to think about this and say, well, why can't greatness and greatness grow into the human mind when we have this infinite capacity to create, to communicate, to explore options, to problem solve, and just change the whole perspective on, given life's problems, let's figure out what the creativity is of the human mind that can help solve them. And I always think of these NASA space shots and seeing what they've done and living in the stations and things of what can be. So now I'll bring you back to part two then. Research shows that when you're in a good mood and you're thinking happy or optimistic thoughts, the brain will produce serotonin. It's a transmitter that helps to regulate your mood, and it supports your focus, your ability to educate yourself. So now you can learn better. You can be a little bit more effective at learning new skills or doing things you never thought were possible. And it also improves your memory. So now you get your focus, you improve your problem solving, creativity, and it also helps your ability to retain and recall information. Positive emotions, this is really the science of this. Positive emotions activate the front part of the brain. Well, why is that point? So positive, it helps to activate the cortex, which helps you then to do all these things, your communication, your creativity, your problem solving, your analysis of things, you're building your social networks. And so it supports all these things, but they activate the cortex, but it also helps to reduce stress levels and reduce your cortisol and eases your ability to reflect on life and things about it and concentrate on the things that are most important to you. So it brings your focus in, tightens up your life expectancies, and just has a way of making you feel good. And not just feel good, but changing behavior to where you do good things as well. Well, well-being is associated with behaviors that are associated with cognition and health. That means you get regular exercise, you may change your diet and build on your nutrition, you may take medications, engage in treatments that help you to refine your cardio, your gastro, all your different mechanical systems in your body. But it's not that it's a guarantee. So it is nothing in life today, I've learned very simply, is a guarantee. But it appears that being positive about things and being more focused here says that a study found that people who are cheerful and enthusiastic have a set of traits that had less memory decline compared with their peers. Similar studies found that positive trends also correlate to healthy cognition. That's what I just described, your ability to communicate, your ability to create, your ability to find new things and new avenues and just socially be positive about the things that you're doing. It lowers stress levels and it helps provide some protection against depression, anxiety, and possibly things like health disease. So this whole article I think it was just chock full of good things just from the way we process our gigs and let the synergy of thought that each of us have change its direction or its course. And I always say to people, well, your brain's going to work, it's going to think, it's going to create. Why don't you just think about changing the direction of it a little bit and see what happens? And it's been disheartening to me when I say to people, just try this for a couple of weeks. Try this with your family. Try this. Imagine changing this with your kids and your loved ones and the synergy of conversation. And just doing that and trying it. And some people come back to me and say, well, I asked, did you do it? How'd you find out? I said, I didn't do it. I didn't think it was going to work. Well, if you don't do something different and you don't change a course of thought and behavior, of course nothing's going to change. And of course it's not going to work. So what I suggest to people is just take a 10, 15-minute spot. Maybe it's dinner. Next time you're meeting people on a social level, friends getting together, and just ask the question. So, hey, since the last time we talked, what was something good that happened? If it's your kids, what was something that was good that happened during your day or during your class? Your mom or dad, hey, mom, dad, what was something good that you've experienced in your life that's really made a difference and helped you to raise the family? And just think about questions you can ask people that bring the conversation to the good things that happen. A positive outlook and other well-being instructs have been linked to cardiovascular health as well. It's associated with a reduced risk of developing heart disease, and among individuals with heart disease, a reduced risk of its progression and the recurrence of cardiovascular events. The reduced risk of mortality is interesting. Researchers have linked positivity to a healthy immune system, reduced risk of disease, and coping skills in the face of hardships and challenges that we all face in life. This is not one pill takes all. It takes a bit, as I've said to people, as you go through this, the process of good in, good grows, greatness in, greatness will grow, and shift from watching the news. So I'm very focused on what I listen to, what I read, and making sure it keeps me not in a nirvana, but it keeps me balanced so that when stuff happens, which will happen to all of us in some fashion, I'm better able to cope with it, deal with it, come up with solutions that ease the pain of it. So with that, take this weekend, find something good that you may watch on TV, something good you may go out and socialize. I know Saturdays, Sundays at this time of the year are great sports weekends, so find something enjoyable and don't get too crazy about your team playing and winning or losing, but what's the value and the joy that you can find in your life this coming weekend? And we'll see you back out here on Monday.